Yo, the Rebound, the story of Earl the Goat Manigault. This is the movie review. Let's get it. From the mean streets of Harlem came the greatest basketball player the world has never known. It's a great movie about the life of basketball legend Earl Manigault. Now, spoiler alert, I will not be telling the whole movie, but I will be speaking about certain parts. So if you haven't seen the movie, leave now and then come back when you've seen the movie. This movie is based on the life of Earl the Goat Manigault with a lot of factual based occurrences. Now, a basketball legend turned junkie returns from prison to clean up his act and devote the rest of his life to the young kids of Harlem. In 1996 was the 25th anniversary of the first tournament named after him. By the way, this great man, has passed away in 1998 at the young age of 53. Now, this movie had a great cast. Cheadle was the GOAT, the adult version of the GOAT. His son played the young version of Earl Manigault. And then James Earl Jones is Dr. McDuffie. Forrest Whitaker as Holcomb Rucker, as in the famous Rucker Park. Loretta Devine is Miss Mary, the woman who took care of him. Monica Calhoun is his baby mama, or mother of his child. Clarence Williams III, y'all might know him from Tales from the Hood. He was Coach Pratt, who's his college coach, and Michael Beach, y'all might know from First Sunday, Soul Food, and other movies. He's known as LeGrand, which is one of his friends that he meets when he's a kid. So this movie starts out, it's showing the GOAT working out on his handles, working on his game. And, he's working on his game day and night, and Rucker sees him all the time. And also LeGrand sees him all the time. And LeGrand is grown, even though the GOAT is a teenager at this time. So, he's just working on his game, he's dribbling. Then a few days later, he comes back to the court to watch and to practice. And, they need another player. One of the players left, they needed one more. So they picked up the young kid to play with the grown folks. And at first, he's being roughed up by Cress Williams, a.k.a. the dude who plays Black Lightning. And, so he's getting guarded by him. And, Cress Williams is a big dude. He's like 6'5". And, he's guarding him rough. But he ends up winning the game and, dunking on Cress Williams, a.k.a. Black Lightning. And this gives him rep, and everybody asks him what's his name. He tries to say his name is Earl Manigault, but they can't hear him. All they hear is the GOAT. So they call him the GOAT, and he becomes famous throughout Harlem and basically New York. Though he becomes famous. There's a couple funny scenes where they play basketball in other people's neighborhood and they beat him bad. In one episode, Earl Manigault does a double dunk, and in the other neighborhood didn't like that, so they chase him all the way back to their bus, and they get on the bus back to Harlem. It's a funny scene. But, so, and Don Cheadle does a great job in this movie. And then you could tell the GOAT was he was very shy when he was young, but as soon as he learned that he can play ball very well, he started to get his confidence. His confidence went up a lot. One of the first big moments of the movie is when a coach that worked for the school that the GOAT worked for at the high school, he wanted him to do high jump because he seen him grab money off the top of a backboard, a regulation backboard, which is about 14, 15 feet at the top. So he saw Manigault grab that money off the top of the backboard, and he wanted him to be a track star for him. He wanted him to do the long jump. Sorry, I was interrupted. But basically, the track coach wanted him to do the long jump. He didn't want to do it. He said, "I'm a ball player. This all I do is I play ball." So then he makes a racial remark saying basically that niggas is dumb and they don't know what they're doing. And so because he doesn't want to play for the track team, the coaches gets him expelled from the school right before the championship game against Lou Alcindor, a.k.a. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And the GOAT, a.k.a. Manigault, really wants to play against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because that's like his rival. Like, not like anything. Like, they don't have no beef, but the GOAT knows that for him to be considered the best, he got to beat Kareem. And in retrospect of Kareem, thought very highly of the GOAT also. So, he can't play in that game. And because he can't play in that game, his team gets blown out by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's team. So when he gets expelled, he talks to Rucker, a.k.a. Holcomb Rucker, who opened up Rucker Park, the famous Rucker Park in New York. Rucker gets him into this school down south that'll get his grades better so he can get into college and he can play ball. And it's better that the GOAT not be in New York because there's too many distractions. And he has friends that are not really going to go anywhere in life because they're not really, no offense to, their kids, but they don't have a good direction there, and Rucker sees it. So, Rucker sends him down south. He goes down south, he meets Monica Calhoun's character, Yvonne, falls in love with her, and in his senior year, at the end of his senior year, he gets her pregnant. But before he gets her pregnant, Dr. McDuffie, who James Earl Jones plays, he helps him get a scholarship to this school. And the guy from Different World, the black man, I'm going to put his name up here, but I can't remember it right now. The black man from a Different World that was the military guy, he recruits him to this college. And, he wants to go because they play a big-time schedule. And they play UCLA. And he wants to play UCLA really bad because that's where Lou Alcindor plays for, a.k.a. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And he wants to beat Jabbar. So he likes that college, so he chooses to attend that college. But right before he gets there, Yvonne gets pregnant. And he's thinking about dropping out. He tried to drop out of school and work. Rucker made him go back to school, finish his senior year, so he can go to college. So he does that. He finds out his baby is born while he's at college. But let's back up a second. When he first gets to college, he figures out that the man from Different World is not the coach anymore. He went to a school in California, a college in California. So now it's Coach Pratt, who is Clarence Williams III, a.k.a. the funeral director in Tales from the Hood. So Clarence Williams III, he doesn't like his style of play. He's not very fond of him. He calls his style of play hot dog and playground nigga shit, if I'm not mistaken. That's what he calls it. He says don't do that. And then one day, he gets bad news from Dr. McDuffie. Now, he thinks Dr. McDuffie is coming to the game to watch him play. Dr. McDuffie, a.k.a. James Earl Jones, comes to tell him that Rucker, who is James Earl Jones' friend as well, just passed away. And this right here is the end. Like, this is when he starts going into a spiral. Like, he goes into a spiral. He said F the coach. He said F his team. He leaves school. He goes home. And he gets some drugs from his friend. Well, before he gets drugs from his friend, his childhood friend Dion, he sees him walking because he's trying to clear his head because Rucker just passed. And he's walking, clearing his head, and Dion picks him up. So, Dion is one of his childhood friends. They go to this party. They having fun. They drinking. They doing a little coke. And everything's all right until out of nowhere, this guy with the ski mask come and put about 4 or 5 bullets in Dion. Maybe even more than that. And the goat